My name is Jenny, and I'm a wife and mom raising 2 kids. But I used to live a more glamorous life as a TV reporter. I was on the nightly news interviewing pop stars and politicians. So when I said goodbye to TV and hello to motherhood, I suddenly discovered what we moms are up against. We live in a world that tells us to be rich and famous, thin and successful. You know, almost nobody says, "Oh, hey, you're a mom? That's fabulous." But you are fabulous, and I'm here to tell you why.
It's the Channelmom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
Okay, I'm kind of excited about this because I think it's going to be helpful to our mothers. I think what mom wants to pay big dentist bills? I do not know a mom who does. And the doctor that we have today, he is a dentist, and he's a pediatric dentist. They're specifically trained to help children with their issues, and they can even do preventative things. So we do have Dr. David Strange with us today, and he is from Pediatric Dental Group, and we love them, and we're so grateful to have you here today. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Glad to be on with you.
Yes, I'm glad to have you here. So tell me, is there really, I think a lot of parents look at the dentist thing and they think, what are we going to do? We're just going to have to shell out all this money for braces, and we happen to have a child who has, bad teeth. I happen to be a woman who has never had a cavity, doctor. I want you to know that. So I'm a little tooth proud. But a lot of, parents are overwhelmed and they think, how can we afford this on top of everything else? Are there some preventative measures they can take truly that will help them not have to, have as many cavities in their kids' mouths, or to prevent braces?
Well, the preventing braces part, let's get to that in a little bit, but start off with the prevention of dental cavities. There's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can't do. So much of what's going on is genetics, and it's in our gene pools, so we can talk about that in a little bit too. But a lot of what you can do, obviously, is be eating the right foods that aren't high in fructose and sucrose and sugar. The sticky, gummy vitamins, the sweet tarts, the gummy bears, those are definitely cavity-causing agents, and those are certainly things you want to avoid. Things you want to do proactively, obviously, is be brushing your child's teeth in the morning and at night before they go to bed. And before they go to bed, after they have their teeth brushed, this is kind of an obvious answer, but nothing to eat or drink except water.
Okay.
And then the last issue, too, obviously, is the routine dental care, right? The old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah.
So maintaining regular and routine dental appointments and finding dental cavities and exercising preventative measures in the office, whether that's fluoride or dental sealants, are also options in the fight against childhood dental cavities.
Well, and I brag about my teeth, and I just assumed both my kids would have my teeth, and one of them at least does not. But is it true? Because I want mothers to know, does it really make a difference? Because I think sometimes they think, whatever, it's not going to make it. They've either got bad teeth or they've got good teeth. It's not going to matter if I don't let them have soda, if I don't let them have gummy bears. Does it really make a difference?
Well, it all matters, right? Everything does, but we found out, and research shows that the genetic condition and the composition, the structure, the anatomy of the teeth, that's inherited from one parent. So you hit the nail on the head. One of your kids has good teeth and one of your kids doesn't. Yeah. Don't want to put your spouse under the bridge here, throw them under the bus or anything, but maybe that's where the genes came from on the bad
likely.
Teeth child.
Yeah, yes.
So, certainly, you can't always prevent dental cavities. There's a lot of emphasis on prevention in the dental profession, and rightfully so. But at the end of the day, there are kids who do all the right things. They brush their teeth well when their parents want them to. They floss and with the help of their parents, and they eat the right foods. But every now and then you get into the dental office and you have a dental cavity, and obviously that's what we're here for, and that's what dentists are there for. And sometimes you have to fix a tooth, and it is what it is. You can't always prevent it.
Yeah. Well, I was fascinated when I took my kids recently because there were a couple of things that Dr. Courtney College, one of your colleagues who works up in Evergreen,
Sure.
said to do, and I don't even remember specifically, but one was, she said, if we continue to allow this tooth to have this sort of little space between it, that will be a cavity-causing thing. So let's just put this little whatever, resin or something in between, and that's going to stop it. So there are little tricks you can do it's not just flossing and brushing. There are some little tricks you can do at the dentist office too, right?
That's right, and what she's talking about, well, there's a variety of things that you can do. One of them is dental sealants, and of course we're advocating dental sealants on permanent molars, 6-year molars. And then with the baby teeth, if you're getting to the dentist early and often, if you find a tooth that has a susceptible groove, a tooth that's going to be very hard to keep clean with a toothbrush, you can do a preventative resin, and that's the term that Dr. College used. And that's a real simple procedure. It's not invasive. The dentist is either going to use a handpiece, or some dentists will use lasers, some dentists will use air abrasion. They're going to clean that groove out, keep the bacteria from collecting in that groove, and then they're going to bond the surface over it, a composite resin over that surface to go ahead and make that tooth more cleansable.
Okay. And now the $1 million question, or at least the several $1,000 question, the braces thing. Is there something that parents can do with their kids very early on to prevent them from having to have braces?
Everybody wishes that there was an answer to that. The answer was yes. Unfortunately, that's not the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is completely a formulation of who they are. Some kids are big, some kids are tall, some kids have big feet, and some kids have little feet. Some kids are going to need orthodontics, and other kids are going to grow into having perfectly straight teeth, and that's just a result of how they are created.
Okay. But what about the thumb sucking? I mean, I thought there were certain things that you have to stop in order to really make sure that you're not definitely a candidate, or is that just not true?
No, that is true. I'm glad you asked that question. There are certain habits that your children can get into, and whether that's a pacifier habit or whether that's a thumb habit, whether they posture themselves with an open bite, whether they have a cross bite, something that can be corrected early on. There's certainly behaviors, and there are things that you can do in the beginning to make an effort towards not having to have braces, and those are habits that you want to break early on with the help of your dentist.
Okay. Now make this pitch. I mean, I think my whole life I went to just a regular old dentist, but I recently brought my kids to your offices, because you have 7 offices in the greater Denver area, I believe.
We do.
What's the deal with being a pediatric dentist? Why should people take that seriously? Well, I knew that the actual office was a little happier. I mean, it was very kid-friendly, and I sort of liked that because it made my kids less afraid of going to the dentist. But tell people, why a pediatric dentist?
Well, we're obviously a little bit biased, and let me first start off by saying the most important thing is to get your kids into the dental office, and if going to a family dentist is the choice that your family makes, we're obviously going to support that. But in our opinion, it's our position that pediatric dentists do additional training 2 years beyond the 4 years of dental school, and we're trained to look out for specific things that are unique to children.
Right.
And there are issues that you brought up and helped me with earlier, and whether that's the thumb habit or whether that's different types of habits, and whether that's oral hygiene and teaching kids to brush their teeth and making it fun for them and motivating to do them and getting the parents involved. That's certainly one thing we're going to do. But even more importantly than that, as a pediatric dentist, we consider ourselves coaches, and just child-friendly coaches. We get kids in, and not only are we working on making their lives better from an oral health perspective, but just in general for kids.
Yeah, and I experienced that. I was amazed. She sat with my kids for about 40 minutes. I walked out and I called my girlfriend. I called Shelly, and I said, you should really get your kids to go to a dentist like this. So I appreciate what you guys do, and we really, really enjoyed having you on the show, Doctor, and perhaps you can come back sometime.
Well, we appreciate that. We're highly motivated to help kids and help parents improve their lives and keep their teeth clean and try to avoid cavities if they can, and just have a good overall general dental experience. And most importantly, that keeps them in the habits and the pattern of maintaining that through their adulthood. So that's something that we pass on, getting these kids trained early and often, and helping them develop good dental patterns throughout life is a big priority of ours.
Absolutely. So
thank you for supporting that.
Oh, my pleasure. Pediatric Dental Group, I think it's pdg.com, is that right?
Pediatric Dental Group. CO.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Doctor. Have a great day.
Have a good weekend.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Channel Mom Show, where we are celebrating you on Mile High Sports Radio, AM 1510, FM 93.7. Watch us on channelmom.com. If you've missed something, we've had some great interviews in past weeks that will help you with your motherhood, with your children, on channelmom.com. All righty. I'm excited about our guest next week, Shelley. Sheila Walsh, author, singer, speaker, and, of course, mother. She's known around the country for her appearances at Women of Faith. Yeah, around the world. Her appearances at Women of Faith conferences. She's got incredible stories about mental illness, fear, exhaustion. Really, really real with us. So Sheila shares a miraculous vision as well. So please join us next week for Sheila, and have a great week. God bless you, moms.